Okay, hello. I'm gonna try not to say hello testing, because I know I get quoted on that. But hello, how we doing? How we doing? Sorry for a bit of a delay. We so I didn't realize that we just had a mini crisis in the room next to me. A giant. We assume it's a wasp. We don't know how it's still alive. Firstly, but there's a huge wasp that just appeared, and for a second we thought it was like a hornet or something. Very spoopy. I did say spoopy, you can quote that. It's dealt with. It's dealt with. I guess we were just surprised to see it. Anyway, yeah, welcome in, guys. Joel, Ray, Ali, Flory, welcome in. Welcome in. So, I did initially say we were going to play Shelter 2 today. But I am currently trying to fix my sleep schedule a little bit. Which means I'm still recovering and a little bit drowsy here and there. And I want to tackle Shelter 2, or at least start Shelter 2 in a very, very, like, awake mindset. Not that I'm not, like, completely unable to play the Stanley Parable now, but I wanna go into it with like a very, very fresh mentality, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be playing a little bit more Stanley Parable. So yeah. I thought you caught the Stanley Parable fever. That's it. You know what? There's also that though. I am really enjoying this, so nobody knows anything. Oh. Well. Neither of us know what the time is. I mean, we have said a few times what the time is. I've also given you my favourite time, which is 4:20, of course. Aw, I want you to be here though. Yes, alright. Aw. Alright, bye. Bye, narrator 2, question mark? Epilogue? As an epilogue? I mean, shall we end us playing the Stanley Parable on the epilogue? I think that would be the thing we do, right? That'd be the one thing we would do. So I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and experience a few more bucket endings. And I think off the back of that, we're then going to get on with the epilogue. That's your favourite time too, Ali, hell yeah. Good stuff. Are we looking and sounding okay? Hopefully everything's all good. Right. Welcome back
All of his co-workers
to
had
absolute
gone.
chaos.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, hello bucket.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Oh, what was it? There was an achievement. I did look up some of the achievements. Is there a... Was there one for, like, changing every single thing in the menu? Hang on, let me double check that so I don't just mess with everything. Hang on. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all the available numbers. Okay. So 5. And we could just have it at... Were you at 70 or 72? I thought we were at 72. This achievement was very annoying. Oh god, okay. I know it says numbers, but I wanna the fact this is even an achievement is so silly, but I'm all for it. Okay, I'll leave these as they are, but if we have to change...
The stop.
Does that mean I have to do more here? This is such a stupid achievement. I think I probably will, honestly. Hey, I got it. I got the achievement, there we go. Come. Finito. Perfect. Right. There we go, that was good. Thank you for watching that. That must have been really weird to just watch. Right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
So,
and entered the door on his left.
what endings haven't we done? We haven't done the lift one on either, actually. Should we do this one? I don't think we've done
This was not the correct way to the meeting
this
room.
ending at all yet.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
Yep, here
Had
we
the
are.
bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, okay. That's actually a very good call. I didn't think we could get back to the expo. How do we get back there? Is there... We had to go through the new content door, right?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
At least that's the impression I got, but... Okay, that's fine. We'll do that again then. So as I say, we'll do this one. We'll do the one where we go...
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
We do
I
the
knew
normal
you'd
ending.
find this place
Oh
adventurous.
no. Oh no, what is this?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Can I take a seat?
Here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the
For
original
fuck's
Stanley
sake.
Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from us.
I didn't
They
even
want more
notice.
of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay. Can I just stay in here? I rebel? No, okay. Fire broom closet. You will be missed.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh my god, that actually killed me. I forgot. Just out of nowhere. Oh, that got me. That tickled me. Shit. I forgot about this line. Do I remember where that quote's from? It's when he gets really, really angry at Stanley, right? Is that the broom closet ending? Or is that part of it? That's when, like, you refuse to move. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I thought we heard it again the other day. It's just out of context of that, and just hearing it. Oh, that's what got me. Alright.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh, hello.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
Oh, okay.
It also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Do we want to destroy the bucket,
Can you
though?
guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Oh.
Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
What happens if I don't?
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it.
What do you
can't
mean?
get
I don't
back
want
the
to.
Classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans.
Don't make me do it.
Give the fans what they want. Hurry and.
Nope. Not this time. Well, that went well. What is this?
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Aw.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
R.I.P. Yep. I agree, Ali. Rest in peace. What happens if we destroy the bucket? Probably shouldn't be saying that post-mortem of the Bucket Destroyer, but you know what? Let's do it now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
Yep, that's me.
Very lucky indeed.
Right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Classic bucket.
Stanley took the door on his left to go
Classic
and so
bucket
the two of them
behaviour.
detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Sorry, bucket, but I've got to do this for the sake of seeing what happens.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel.
You know what,
They
you're
want
right.
more of
My
their
bad.
favorite jokes.
You're right.
Not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes,
Let's
that's
do
what
it.
the fans want. Let's do it.
Yeah. I want to hear the funny. I want to hear the line out of context again. Remember the red door ending? I actually don't.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh wow, that's like proper Half-Life texture stuff. I did play it, yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was though. Actually, I legit can't remember it off the top of my head.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
Yes,
it
yes.
also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character
That's
with
right.
so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Oh, it's that one. Okay, no, I do remember that. Yeah, so you keep jumping off some stairs and you keep just taking damage. Wait, do you die from that? I think you die at the end. Yeah.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
That one was really messed up, I do remember that.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Alright.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
I want to
That
put it in.
is its singular personality
Fine.
trait.
Fine.
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only
Take
one
the bucket.
personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after
Put it in.
this.
Why is it not
Okay,
going
the
in?
Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
Well.
the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I literally couldn't do it. I was spamming and I couldn't do it. Okay, at least we learnt. Even if we wanted to, the bucket always wins.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Goodbye.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Stanley's dead too though, right? And the bucket. So I guess technically it worked. You did kill Stanley and the Bucket Destroyer in the process. We did try and do it there though. I wasn't doing that for a bit. I physically couldn't get rid of the bucket. No, honestly, I'd rather figure it out that way and learn that, like, oh, okay, you physically
All
just
this
can't
go
get
well
rid of the
gone.
bucket.
What could it mean?
It's quite funny.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we did simply miss a memo.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, so now we do
Stanley clutched the bucket
the main
tightly to
ending.
his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, it reset your button presses? It did, yeah.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't think I've been in here with the bucket yet. Anything to gain? No? Okay. I think it did though. I think it's just from re-logging. Probably does that maybe, I don't know. It's 2857, right?
Into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication.
No, sorry,
life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light Stanley guess the correct code by sheer luck? Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Noted. I wonder, so I guess one ending I still have never got is the one where we say that we want to keep the power going. Is that an ending you can physically beat, out of curiosity? I feel like it has to be, right? Because I've only ever blown up from it.
If not for the bucket, soothing him,
but maybe the bucket changes that, I don't know.
Assuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be a-okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Oh, really? Oh, that's an ending too. We haven't done that ending yet. I forgot we got that one as well. How did people find that one? That one feels super like... That'd be a really difficult one just to find.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
What?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Aw, it's alright, bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Poor Stanley.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Can you have context for the bucket? So in the sequel for the game, the bucket was basically introduced as like the Wilson kind of character.
But here was the proof.
And we're now currently in the Stanley Parable 2, of course, with all of the new features added to the base game. So the bucket basically throws a whole other weird spin onto every single interaction that you can do in the game. Or at least most of them. So a lot of the dialogue's redone, but with the bucket.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the
Oh
bucket
yeah,
made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I agree, bucket. Alright.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Bucket, how could you?
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
It's
to take
betrayed
over
me.
the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh.
Birds. Silly birds.
Fuck's
The
sake.
control buttons became active again.
What is this? Birds. Silly birds. Yes, very good, very good. Everyone make notes. We got some flamingos
Stanley
here.
flicked through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Yep.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling
Aw,
silly birds
I love penguins.
all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds. Of all the possible paths his
For
life could
fuck's
have
sake.
taken, this one was surely the best. And
This is
Stanley
great.
was happy.
Aw. Hell yeah. Is this a good ending? I think we got a good ending. What a great ending. I'd be happy doing that. Looking at... I could honestly watch videos of penguins being penguins for life. I'm not even kidding. I love penguins so much.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Penguins and
No matter
ducks.
how hard
I love
Stanley
them.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And rats. I know that they're not they're not quite in the same league as penguins and ducks, but rats also make the list. And cats as well, I guess. Hell yeah, penguins are great. Okay. Right, what else can we do with the bucket? Are there any endings that we haven't gotten with the bucket? I feel like we've got all of them now. Or at least all of the... A rat peed on your hand once, I'm sorry. Oh, true. We can try that.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tragic. I'm sorry.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Nope.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I forgot about this. The game gets all pissy with you if you try and skip the narrator's dialogue. Can I have a smonk? You got any smokes here?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Wait, you didn't trigger that yet? I don't think I did in this playthrough, no. I've definitely heard that bit before though. I see, got ya, that's cool. I like that the game does adapt with, like, the amount you play it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Oh,
large door that
we didn't, okay, that's a bucket ending we
read
haven't got.
mind control
I keep forgetting to do
facility.
this one. That's one as well. So, jumping off here. So, how do I do that? Do I have to... It's like this, right? This is the bit. Yeah, okay. Should I turn on the lights to do this? Or will that not change the outcome? I guess it doesn't change the outcome. I'm gonna do it anyway.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Nope. No, he doesn't.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development.
Of course.
And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content?
Yeah, you're right.
Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you.
Aw.
I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section.
Ooh, okay.
You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's
Okay.
a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are.
Oh, thank
We
you.
call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job.
Good job. Hell yeah.
3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control.
This is so stupid.
You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending.
This
Now
is
it's
so
an ending.
dumb. I love it.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything.
It does kinda, yeah,
Job,
you're
you
right.
did it. Good job, you 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 did it.
Oh yeah, thank you for that. That's awesome, I like that. That's really funny. Alright, we're doing it with the bucket now, yeah?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The amount of times I've
No
gone around
matter
here
how
to
hard
check for a
Stanley
computer,
looked,
and
he
there's...
couldn't find a trace of his
I
co-workers.
always do it, even though I know there's not one there. I always do it.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
Hell yeah. I love how self-aware this is. It's so funny. They just know what they're doing. Oh, okay, this is different.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Yep.
and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright. So after this, we've got one more to do down here, and then I think we've done all of the big endings for the bucket, right? I think they're...
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Right, we'll go this way. We'll do this one, and then we'll do that one in a minute.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Would it? That would fucking hurt.
Wow. What to do next? Stanley wondered.
The bucket would
Stanley
be
and the
crushed,
bucket could find
potentially,
no way
as well, a
out of
little
this
bit dented.
enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Okay.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps.
Okay.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well. A
What
sort
the
of
fuck is this?
kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
I see. Very fair.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came it really started to feel like a
For
home.
fuck's sake.
In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
True.
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
What's on TV?
This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Oh.
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
I see. Maybe.
It's what the bucket was counting on.
Oh.
The two of them waited for a very long time.
Well, that was slightly had a different vibe to the song we had before. The stay outside of the boss's office with the bucket. Is that the one where you have to like convince the game that you've gone into the office but you haven't? So like you walk in and then you walk backwards. Is that the one you're talking about? Because that rings a bell. That is one, okay.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
He's really fixated with this bucket, isn't he? Okay, trying to remember. So we've got most of the inputs done. We got one more left to get, right? So I'm trying to remember. Where's the last one? Is it guaranteed to always be in the same spots? I think it is, right? So we've got one left to get. Is it a pretty early on one? I just want to like see that one again, because I've sort of... Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just want to see it again.
To his chest and entered the door on his left.
Right, we're gonna do the crush room one, and then we're gonna do the boss's office door one. And then after that, we'll go back to the old convention center
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
for the Stanley
Perhaps his
Parable 2.
boss's office was where, coming to a staircase,
And then I guess we'll do the
Stanley and
epilogue,
bucket
right?
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
So we've still got a good few runs to go yet. I love the amount of like customization with
Into the
this.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control for... Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Is that so? I'm not afraid of
The
you.
door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
What happens if we do try and go back? I don't think I've ever done that.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. Nope, it's death for Stanley and the bucket.
Okay. I just wanted to see if the you could have like a big back and forth going constantly. I don't think that's the case though. Can we talk about how we're not even carrying the bucket by the handle?
Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward.
We're just
into a
carrying
very
it.
Painful death for each of them.
Well, here we go. Here we go. Goodbye, old friend.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death?
Very true.
This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Well, tragic. Very, very tragic.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Does the bucket get its own little in memoriam bit? That's fucking so silly. Oh damn, I love this game. That's it. I'm gonna take what I've learnt from here and, you know, use that. Use the knowledge the bucket has given me, in my day-to-day, 100%.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Wow. Fuck's sake. It looks like a lot more than 25 though. Bucket with 2 handles. I see, I see. 2 handles, yep. Yep, exactly, exactly. Oh no, bucket, here we go. Bucket origins. That's it. Buckets are known to drive nations to war, yep. Yep, make notes, make notes. Stress bucket. And the history of buckets, here it is. I know the amount of time spent on this alone is so silly, but I do kind of love it. That scared me. I thought something was behind me. But even got cave drawings with the bucket. God, it just reminds me of Ice Age. I kind of want to see Ice Age again now. It's been a long time. Hell yeah. Ice Age
No
watch
man
party
can
went.
own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Honestly, I'd be down. We kneel before the bucket, do we? The bucket's always out of reach, god damn it. Okay. Well,
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
bucket. Ow. Okay. Did the buckets take over? Oh, here it is. We're in heaven, hello. Wow, I love it here. It's great. Oh, look at all the buttons. Oh my god. I thought they were just lights. Oh my god, there's so many buttons to hit. I'm actually a child. Oh my god, okay. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Stanley's idea of heaven is just a place where he can press buttons. Good shit. Look at this. Game of the year. Just this should be the game. Game of the year. What are they saying? Are they saying buttons? I thought they were saying white light. White light. Oh, is it push the buttons? Is that what they're saying? I have a question. When? How long does this go on for? Do I literally have to press every single button? Oh, they unpress after a little while. Oh, this is never ending? Okay. Okay. Thank you. I was curious if this went somewhere. It's never ending. Okay. Oh. Excellent. I'm glad we did that though. Buttons, everyone. Just remember. Oh, can we just always do it now? We could always go back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
God, my eyes kind of
Perhaps he
hurt.
simply missed a memo.
Stanley just wanted to work. I love that. I love that that's Stanley's default. Just, please, I'm a simple man. A simple man, that's right.
Is Stanley without the bucket really Stanley at all? No. No, surely not.
I mean, that being said, the bucket wasn't in heaven with us. Wait, can I go to heaven with the bucket? Sorry, I need to try this. Shit, is it closed? There's no bucket heaven. I think that's so sad. I don't... We might have done in the original playthrough.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here.
God, my eyes are still
Stanley
recovering
needed
from the
bucket's warmth
button
and
room.
comfort
My
now
god, that
more
actually
than
kind of
ever.
messed with my eyes.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Right.
Stepping in.
Nope. Alright. Does it? Oh, okay. In that case, we'll go back then. So, I can't remember how we do this one. Does the narrator just not talk after we do this? We need to walk back, okay. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Okay. I do say this does ring a bell. I did, yeah, I think you're right, Ray, yeah. I was gonna say, I think you were the one that told me that this was a thing. Previously. I'm still intrigued to see what the bucket version's like, though. Everything's new and improved with the bucket TM. God, is this Final Fantasy 7? How many flights of stairs are we going up? Time to escape. I hate how dark it is. God, I hate how dark it is sometimes in this game. Shh, shh, shh. It's gonna be okay. Don't cry, Bucket. In another life, eh? You've got to get out of here. I'm gonna miss you, though. Remember all those fun times we had? Like the time I didn't throw you into the bucket destroying machine. And all those times you tried to kill me. Or deceived me. That was beautiful. I love that. That's great. That's a great ending. Okay. Oh, you're right, hang on.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the
That's right, I think we did do
What
this
if
one
he
as
had to
well.
make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Yep, here we go. Here it is. There we go. Good stuff.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I can see that. I can see that,
Stanley
Flubbery.
decided to
I
go
can
to
see
the
that.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Replacement bucket. Oh, because we sent the other one away. That's a tiny little feature. The vent ending with the bucket. The vent ending. Is the vent ending the one where we found the cassette tape? Is that the vent ending? Just remind me.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Wow. Alright. Alright, narrator. That is the one? Okay. Also, where's the new content door? Is that gone? Oh no, it's this way, isn't it? It's down that door, that corridor there,
Stanley
right?
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So we can go to the new content door, or we can... It might be there after the epilogue.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Maybe.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Okay, in that case, we'll do the vent ending
And
then.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
No.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
Okay.
somewhere else.
No.
Cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Nope. Going in the vent.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time
For fuck's
I
sake.
pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Monetize it, yes, precious.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Sir?
This is my golden ticket.
Sir?
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Oh. That's the lads. That's the wizard. The name from the White Room. Yeah. The evil lad. I remember. Okay, is that the little callback you were talking about? That's great. I love that. That's they got some deep lore for the bucket. That's great.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, there's a run I want to try and do. Bear with me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's an achievement if you beat the game in 4 minutes
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors.
and
He entered the door on his left.
40 something seconds, right? How many endings does this game have? Listen, there are so many.
Yet
There are
was not
so
a
many.
single person here either.
Am I too slow? I might already be
Filled
too
with
slow.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I think there was a link. Was that a link you just posted,
Okay, I think we all
Flauberry?
know the drill by now. Blah blah blah. Dark secrets.
Oh,
the
perfect.
keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise!
Excellent. My light's flickering. I don't like that. Uh-oh. Light, please stop flickering.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
We're gonna do it in
Each bore
time?
the
I don't know if we
number of an
are.
employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, there's probably a whole
This
list.
mind control facility.
There's
it
gonna
was
be
too
tons though.
horrible to
I love it.
believe
I love that there are so
could be
many
true.
though.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad.
Did I
or
make it?
content.
I feel like
Walking,
we're in
eating,
time,
working,
but I'm not
all
sure.
of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided...
Yeah.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps...
I don't know if we're gonna get it or not though. I might not have been quick enough.
Through the open door.
I was a bit indecisive at times, not quite as speedy.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, I didn't get the achievement. So never mind. Four minutes 22 seconds. We must have been very close though.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I feel like we're probably only a few seconds out. Oh well, that's fine. That's what I can get in my own time. Right, what other end? Should we do the epilogue? Do you think that now is a good time to do the epilogue? I feel like we've got a lot of the stuff done. We've covered a lot of it. I think so. All right. It's epilogue time. And then we might still do a few bits after this, but after today, depending on the epilogue stuff, we'll This might be it. I see, you got your Flawberry. Okay, awesome. Epilogue. Many, many years later. Oh shit, is this ending? I guess this makes sense because this was the ending where we just walked out into the unknown, right? Shit, what happened to the world? Good thing we got a chair. My god, this game. Here we are, we're just gonna infinitely this is our life now. Oh that yeah, sorry, there is that one, isn't there, Flawberry? Yeah. We'll do that one when we're back. Wait, are we at the happy place? Are we at the narrator? Hello? Are we at the happy place? He's got like a generator thing going. Well, here we are. Did any of the awards survive? It doesn't look like they did. Anything I can... Long old cable going. Cookie Nine's blog. Here it is, Cookie Nine, they're back. Sequel veers into territory nobody asked for. Oh no. Oh, I like collecting the figurines though. The what are they called? The figlies. I like that. I must say though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting and welcome. Sorry, a welcome. Does it say reprieve from something? Can I scroll? I can't scroll. Okay. Cat dog born. They did it. Cat dog happened. Oh, is that because we made the cat and the dog like friends on the menu, guys? Do you guys remember that? God, this game's so bizarre. I love it though. Cookie Nine. Bring back Cookie Nine. I guess it ended up being more than friends if Cat Dog was born. They really are just laying into their own product, aren't they? Fucking hell. It's super funny though. I think it's been really good personally. What are these? Are these buttons? Of course they're buttons. Jim. This is my life now. I love that the gym button survived. That whole bit was so funny in the convention center where it's like, it will say your name, but it turns out you've got to try and pretend that your name's now Jim, and then it just tries to... Is there any... do any of them not say Jim? Oh shit, okay, I thought I got stuck for a second. I got worried.
Stanley.
That's me.
Stanley.
No, wait, no, that's not me. Jim, that's me. Sorry. Jim, yeah. I just need to reassure myself. Insert Jim face from The Office. Here we go, here they are. Little figlies. Can I collect them all again? I can. Amazing. Look at that, we got 26 out of 6. Wait, were there any that I missed? I feel like there's probably a secret one. Is there a secret figly in here? No, I think we're good. Where's the bucket? I feel like there's got to be a bucket. There'll never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Yeah, let's just keep making Stanley Parable games, that's fine. Damn, I guess that's true. The narrator was like super worried about what 3 people said ultimately. We're gonna make the Stanley Parable 3, god damn it. Oh god, here we go. The Stanley Parable 3. Part 5. Content. Grilled content. Destruction of content. Story of content's kind of funny. Or we just do something stupid like part 5 water. Grilled hole punch. Dumb. Would you play that? The Stanley Parable 3 grilled hole punch? I'd probably play that. Sounds good to you. Yeah, let's do it. Every time you restart the game, will advance the number of the sequel by 1. And we'll let you pick a new subtitle. Oh, that's amazing. That way it will never end. Nothing in this game will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work, no need to do that. Hell yeah, let's do it. Did I get the achievement? I'm on your side, we're in this together. Let's keep the train rolling. Please enter the current time. Probably could have gone the other way, but I think it would have sent me. Alright. Alright, here we go. Stanley Parable 3 Grilled Hole Punch, everyone, here we are. Look at this great game. Would you play this? I'd play this. I like this little clip art car as well. Very cool. Very cool.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Here we go.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Hell yeah.
As though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Honestly, I'd happily have Stanley's job.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Here
Something that would forever change
Stanley Parable 3
Something
Grilled
he would
Hole
never
Punch.
quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, look at this new game, everyone. The Stanley Parable 3. Look at all the new features.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Look at all these
Stanley decided to go to
improvements.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So you said take the bucket with me to the
As Stanley lifted his bucket,
To the
he found a connection to all buckets.
new content room. Here we
This
go.
adventure, he
Yeah.
decided, was for all of them.
I think the graphics are even slightly the same. Hell yeah. Right, well, new content. Here we go. We're going back to the expo, everyone. On we go to the new content. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Alright, okay, I will. We also need to go to the content machine, the machine that fixed the achievement. There are a few things we can go do, right?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable.
What do you mean? I think it's pretty good.
And any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Here we go. Here it all is again. I want to take it all in again.
Far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions. Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Hell yeah.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing
Taste the sequel. I didn't even notice.
for it. I figure that if I can
Fuck's sake.
mostly organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Noted, noted. I still want this. This is my spirit animal. I love that. I love that little lad. Okay, here we go. Here we are. Right, okay.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, so we got a second bucket over there. Should we go get the achievement one real quick? Let's do that before we go to the hole. There's also a locked door, right? Where was the locked door? It was up some stairs, maybe up there. Not the bucket one, not up there. That's okay. Right, let's go get the achievement first. Granted, it's actually a working achievement. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
That's okay, Florbury, that's okay, we'll get to that. We did it! We got the test achievement.
See, the
Oh,
machine
yeah.
is not working yet since... What? Wait.
It works.
What the holy hell is going on? You
It
got
just
the
worked.
achievement?
I did, yeah.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched?
Maybe.
Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Okay, so the only one left that I can feasibly get today is the one where we beat the game in under 4 minute 22. Because the other one is play it for the entirety of a Tuesday. And the other one is wait 10 years to play the game. And Although I could change the clocks and probably manipulate that one.
What else?
I do kind of want
What other
to.
exhibits haven't
I
we
would kind of
seen
want to
yet?
do it. Legit. So there's the infinite hole. Where is the door? Is this a locked door?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Is that the door up there? That one? That's new. Is it this one up here? The one with the giant arrow that's trying to tell me something? Okay. You need to go through there. Okay. Behind the red wall. Oh, up this way. Yeah, okay. I got ya. Is it? Should I do this before I do the whole achievement? That's the reason why I'm. It's not achievement. Sorry, the whole thing with the bucket. I'm just asking so I can do everything in the right order.
An epilogue would
Oh.
be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind doing this again if it means that we can come back and get something else from it.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done.
Yes, I did it.
Experienced every setting. Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bumpscosity.
Excuse me?
What exactly is bumpscosity?
There it
Well,
is.
I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later.
Is it already
I
there?
hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
You did great. You did it. I still love that we get this little trophy. Kind of silly. We've got a little meme here as well. They'll never do it. They'll never do it. They didn't believe in us. Welcome back, Florbury. Yeah, so let's have a look. So what was it called? What was it called? There was something really. This one. What does it do? Does it do anything? Or is it just a pointless setting? That's super silly if it does literally nothing. Alright, if I do that then, if I turn that all the way up, will that just give him random responses from the narrator? There we go, hell yeah. That's a fun little feature. Depending on the value, he'll say different things. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Awesome. Fuck, this is so cool. I didn't think we'd actually be coming back here either. There's so much to this. It's great. Is there anything else we can do here? Of course, we'll do the infinite hole thing, but is there anything else we can do in this bit? We've used all of our jumps. Oh, I was going to say, that was one thing I was thinking in my head is, can we bring the bucket to the bucket? We're going to end up cheating on the bucket with another bucket. Oh wait, we bring it back?
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh
Wait,
no,
what?
the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great.
There's
so
not a bucket here, though.
intoxicatingly wonderful.
Oh, no,
With
there is a
2
bucket,
buckets,
okay.
There's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God.
Oh, shit.
Didn't lose you, Stanley. The power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you.
No, not the bucket.
I hope one day you can forgive me.
No, I needed that for an ending. How could you? How could you monster? Oh well. Yeah, but that's quite funny though. There can only ever be 1 bucket at a time. Only ever 1 bucket in existence at once. That's super funny. 2 buckets, that is too powerful. We could stack them like Team Fortress 2 hats, you know?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration.
Let's change the
like
balloons. Get well
But I'm
someday.
undecided on Get Well Someday.
I love that
and
one.
Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
So, I picked this one last time, and then he went for the other one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Here we go.
Get Well Someday it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Alright. I guess so, yeah. So, should I just restart here? Because I feel like we've got to come back here anyway, right? So should I just restart and do all of that again to get back here? With the bucket? And then we do this. And then after that we do, I guess after that we end on me trying to beat the game in under 4:20. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Let's do that. Hey, look at this. All the
All
balloons
this coworkers
changed.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Okay, and in that case, if there's variations for the bucket and the hole, we'll that sounds like a pub name in the UK. The bucket and the hole. Yeah, we do beggars and mesh for a tenner. Bloody beautiful. Sorry, where was I going with that? Fuck, where was I going with that? That's fine, yeah, we can look up the other variations or something, or I can at least.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how...
But honestly, if people want to look up endings to this game, I really, really, really encourage it, because, my god, there's a lot of stuff I would have missed in this playthrough. But my god, this game has been phenomenal. As like a little accompaniment to the original, as well as its own unique sort of thing. I actually love this. It's been really fun.
The Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Ta-da! Hell yeah.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't...
When we first got to this bit, I'd completely forgotten that was the number on Stanley's door, and I was confused. That makes a lot of sense. I should have pieced that together at the time, I just didn't.
I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than... And here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Right. So don't take the bucket to the bucket, noted.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Shit, I shouldn't have come in, I should have gone round.
The office could use a bit of decoration.
We'll go with this one again.
balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Yeah. Right, is this the owl? Right, into the owl we go. Right, here we go. Is everyone ready?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of.
Excuse
it's
me.
never been done before in a video game.
Sorry about that.
This is in fact
Oh,
a hole
had to
that
sneeze.
you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Right, you guys ready? Let's go. Bucket, Godspeed.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What happens if I do that?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I just keep doing this over and over again.
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole.
Okay.
Did you really need to see it again?
Yeah, I wanted to see it again.
What else there is to say, Stanley? It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again, so we can get back to what's really important about...
Nope.
Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you, I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Nope.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll
Nope.
just be up here when you're ready.
Nope, we're staying down here. Is there any bucket just stuff with this? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we already did it with a bucket. Maybe I did the bucket thing like before this. Yeah, I thought there would have been two, to be fair. It seems like the sort of thing that would love a good old, yeah. Gotta love it. Especially one that's partly infinite. Kinda. How did the mug get down here and not break? Can we talk about that? Okay, go. That's okay, Thorbury. It's all good. Eight out of 10. Not being infinite. Yep. Okay. Well, I think all in all, there are probably quite a few little endings that we've missed here and there, everyone. But I'm pretty happy with everything we've checked out in this game. I think I'm gonna make this the last stream that I do of this. I'm probably gonna have a little run around in my own time and check out some little bits that I might have missed. But yeah, if anybody wants to look up endings, there are YouTube videos. As Strawberry says, there's a website and all sorts of other places that cover the various endings of this game. I couldn't recommend this game enough. This game and the original, of course, are really fucking great. GG for real this time, yeah. But there's one thing I want to try before we wrap it up, and that's beating the game in under 4 minute 22.
All of his co-workers
So I'm going to try and essentially
What did it
speed run
mean?
the game now.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, what's the code to the door? Because that's the one thing I need to, like, get accurate.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, there's a ton of content in this game, yeah. There's so much. Okay,
Here's the door, just go.
thank you, thank you. That actually really helps. Thank you, narrator. You just gave up. Just gave up with me entering the pad thing now. Okay, so it doesn't include it doesn't include load times, so we should be okay. All right.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But yeah, there's so much content in this version. Holy shit, I'm pleasantly surprised. Like genuinely pleasantly surprised.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Quick,
But he
quick,
hadn't
quick,
the
quick,
strength
quick, quick,
to
quick,
find
quick.
out.
I'm hoping we're gonna make it.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
Yeah,
bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Please.
And Stanley,
Right.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Go, 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 go. I need my achievements.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
Shit.
Controls labeled
Please
with
say I'm in
emotions,
time.
happy or sad,
Please say I'm in
or
time.
content, walking, eating, working. All
I
of
should
it
have done a
monitored and
timer.
commanded from this very
I should have done a
place.
timer.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided.
Is that it? Three mins in about, okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
4 minute 22 is the thing.
Was it over?
I think we gotta wait for this whole like end cutscene bit to happen.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's
I'm gonna wait for this door
command.
to come down as well.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Oh no, Flawberry, what
His
happened?
co-workers
I'm
gone.
sorry.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Aw.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
And got the achievement.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hell yeah. Well, I didn't get the achievement. That felt really quick though, right? I swear we did it. Should we have one more go? Should we have one more try? I'm gonna have one more. I'm gonna have one more go, and then we're gonna call it for today. So I'm gonna wait for it to say that I've been streaming for an hour and 59 minutes, and then we'll begin the game when that happens. Because that means I'll have to end the basically, what is that, 2 hours, 3 minutes and 22 seconds. It depends on the layout too. Oh, okay, got ya. Maybe that's it then.
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts.
Yeah,
How can
1,000.
you stand this much bumpscosity?
1,000. It's a big number.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I see, got ya.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I want to try and do it this way though.
Disbelief. Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Thank you, game.
Here's the door, just go.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm pretty sure I'm making good time, but
Room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
it's okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
It is
And
4 minute
Stanley
22, right? I'm not going
it's
insane.
only monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Pretty sure that's what it said on the Steam thing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
Okay,
eating,
okay.
working, all of it monitored.
What did I say? It was 3 minute,
Very place.
2 hours,
As
3
the
minutes
cold
and
reality of
22
his
seconds.
past
We're
began
about
sink
to
in,
get to
Stanley
2:02.
decided that
2 hours, 2 minutes is what we're about to hit. We've to hit it. So we've got to get out of here in 1:20, and I think it takes about 1:20 for this to come down.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes,
Alright, okay.
he had won. He had
We have a minute.
defeated the
We have a
machine,
minute to get for this to come down.
unshackled himself
Please.
from someone else's command.
Please.
Freedom
I
was
beg.
mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many
Oh my God,
puzzles still
please.
lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange
It's gonna take
building
too long.
hold?
It's gonna take
But
too long.
as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
We have 22
Perhaps
seconds.
his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Come on,
No
please.
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
10 seconds.
Whatever
9,
life he lives,
8,
it will be
7,
his.
6,
And that was all
5,
he needed to know.
4,
It was 3,
3,
the only thing.
2,
Stanley
1.
stepped
Oh.
through the open door.
I did get
Stanley
it.
felt the cool breeze
Oh, the
upon
game.
his skin,
Thank you. The game did
the
give it to me.
feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Oh, because of the loading times, of course.
Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. I'm happy. Yeah, the loading times, of course. I didn't think about that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What a great way to end it. Holy shit. What an amazing game. I'm gonna keep saying this. Please, if anybody hasn't been too spoilt by watching this, or really wants to give this game a try, please go out and get it. It's so good. I couldn't say anything negative about the Stanley Parable. It's such a good game. Such a good game. But thank you for watching. I think that's going to be the end of us playing the Stanley Parable. But I will probably have a little bit of a gander here and there for some other endings. And as I say, there's so many things out there if you want to look up endings of any kind. So yeah, go have a look, see if you're interested. But I'm very happy I picked this one out. And yeah, it's been great. Been great. But thank you everyone for all of the help throughout playing this as well as for watching today. Thank you Joel, thank you Florbury, thank you Ali, thank you Ray. Sorry. Or thank you anybody else that's popped by and luck today. I really, really appreciate you. We're gonna be playing Shelter 2 tomorrow, I promise. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be great. And Grow Home might not be Friday, it might be Sunday. But Grow Home and Shelter 2 are the next two things we're going to be playing. Thanks for reminding me of the great time I had with this. I had a great time watching me play it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I always like hearing when people are like, I love this game, I want to watch people play it. So it's always very nice to hear that it's been an enjoyable playthrough to watch. So thank you. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys again. I'll be back tomorrow for Shelter 2 in a bit. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.